Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a short movie. The name of this short movie is What If Naruto Became the Finance Minister of the Elemental Nations. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted short movie and my own idea. Now before continuing this, yes, it is kind of a comedic slash somewhat serious movie. So yeah, think of it as a general shonen fanfiction. Anyways, moving onwards, it also has a ship that is not Hinata or anyone from Konoha, so yeah, you should be glad about that as well. And make sure you leave a like and subscribe to this channel. And follow me on my Meta What If channel as well. Sorry about my voice, it's just that I have been sick because I was not able to sleep well enough yesterday night because I was sick. I have gotten a fever, and that is the reason why I wasn't able to sleep because my body was hurting all over the place. And yeah, I'm still recovering. Hopefully, enough after I recover, we will be able to make long stories, like really, really long. I promise you that I will try my best to make sure the stories are worth at least up to 1 to 2 hours long from now on. A short movie for 1 hour and a long movie for at least 2 hour long. Because I've decided to go all out now and go ham on both of my channels. But as of today, since I'm sick, only one video will do. So yeah, there will be no double upload, so yeah, I hope you don't mind. Anyways, enough said and enough of my yabbling about this matter. Let's begin with our today's short movie. Our story begins 6 years after the QB attack in Konoha Gakure no Sato. As we go towards the said village to see that, it was October 10th and night time. As a festival was going on in Konoha, it was the 6th year anniversary of the QB's defeat, as the Hokage, Minato Namikaze, alongside his wife and children were there present, as they were there to honor the heroes who have saved them. As Menma and Mito, the oldest of the Uzumaki siblings, were present, who had become the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi no Yoko, as the Hokage has split the Biju into two parts of yin and yang. As the parents were busy dealing with the others while the villagers praised them, we see that Naruto was with his friend Sasuke, Uchiha, Shikamaru, and Choji on the other side. You know what? What is it, Sasuke? I really hate your brother. What? Why? I mean, he's always trying to one-up you and us. Well, he is a little bit of egotistical, if you ask me, said Shikamaru, as Choji and Naruto sighed. Even if that is true, there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, he is, after all, the hero and savior of Konoha Gakure no Sato, said Naruto in exaggeration as Choji and the others chuckled. As now we see, that is when Mito arrived with her friends in front of them. Naruto, are you making fun of us again? No, Nisan, why would I ever do that? Said Naruto. Well, you better not. Because if you do, we can kick you out of the clan anytime soon, remember? Yes, of course I'm at your mercy as always, said Naruto as he rolled his eyes. As now we see, as soon as she and her friends left, Sasuke turned towards Naruto and said, What a dick. Hey, that is my sister, but yeah, I kinda agree with you. Both of them have an ego of their own. And my parents are doing nothing about that, only adding the fuel to the burning fire, perhaps. Same could be said for my parents. They always are bothering me about the two of them. And, yeah, my father is focusing on grooming Itachi to be the next clan heir, so he's filled to the brim with responsibilities left and right. The poor dude doesn't even have time for himself. As Shikamaru then shuddered. Don't remind me. I'm also the oldest of my family, and I have a troublesome one back at home who might do anything to learn a few tactics from your mother, or yours. As all of them shuddered. As Choji then said, My parents aren't that bad. They're kind of nice. You would obviously say that because you're only concerned with eating, Choji, said Sasuke. What do you mean by that, Sasuke? Said Choji, becoming serious. Nothing, my friend. I'm just saying that that is a good thing, that you eat so well and can relax all the time. Oh, why did you just say so that? As now we see, the other three boys just sighed. And so the QB festival ended like that. As soon as they returned, we see that Naruto was heading towards his room. As soon as he arrived upstairs, he was met with his Nesan and Nisan, who was waiting there, looking at him with a frown on their faces. I've heard from Mito that you were talking behind our back again, Naruto. I wasn't doing anything of such sort. Don't insult us in the future if you already know what is good for you. You're nothing more than a pathetic fool who was just lucky enough to be born into our clan. We can kick you out at any time. Father has decided to hand the duties of the Namikaze clan head to Mito and the Uzumaki clan to me. And since it is decided, we have decided something of our own. If you by the age of 12 are not able to stand and prove to us that you are worthy of our clan, then we will banish you. As Naruto's eyes wide, you can't be serious, right? Oh, of course we are. We are already planning that. And the council is already on our side. They kissed the ground we walk upon, obviously. So obviously they will listen to us. Remind you again, you only have until the age of 13. As Naruto then went towards his parents downstairs, he didn't want to listen to his siblings because they had an ego of their own. As soon as they arrived, Naruto was shocked to find that Jiraiya was there. As Naruto greeted the three of them, "Oh, is there something you want, Naruto?" "Yeah, Menma Nisan and Mito Nisan said that they would banish me from the clans if I don't do something by the age of 13. Is that true? Are you guys by their side on this decision?" Look, they might have said that in a heat of a moment, but they don't mean it, obviously. Now why don't you go and stop bothering us? We have something important discussing here, said Minato. As Naruto then sighed and rolling his eyes, he went upstairs and then laid down there. As that is when we see his eyes closed. And in the morning he realized that his family was ignoring him. Oh my god, why didn't I even thought of that? As now we see, Naruto went towards his friends who were in the play area and revealed everything to them. Well, dang, Naruto, I thought you would have figured it out by now. Your family kinda hate you, you know? In a sense. But why? Just because I'm normal? Hey, I didn't ask to be born normal. If it's not my fault that I'm like this. Well, it is not yours, but they certainly don't like the fact that you are. Ugh. Fine then. I guess I might have to find a way of my own to survive if I am going to be kicked out. Wait, what do you mean? Said Sasuke. So you're just gonna let them kick you out of the clan? I mean, you can challenge them. Are you going to aim to challenge Itachi for the clan of the Uchihas? No, of course not. Unlike your siblings, my Nisan is quite nice to me. See, that's the only difference here. Mine are not. They're a bunch of jerks, and turns out my family as well are. So, why the heck should I even bother? As this conversation was going on, one Hiruzen Sarutobi and Danzo Shimura, two of the oldest rivals and friends, and fellow students of Tobirama Senju, were resting nearby and have been hearing this conversation as well. What do you think, Hiruzen? A boy born into Namikaze's family, and they treat him like he's some sort of abomination just for being normal. I mean, the boy has proven that he is right in this situation. I mean, he has no fault in it, and yet those all are blaming him because he's normal. So what do you suggest we should do? I mean, we can't allow them to just kick the kid out. If anything, we will back him up if the need arises, but I highly doubt that Minato Kushina or any of the council would listen, since what Naruto has said as the kiss on the ground of the Uzumaki and Namikaze children, because Jiraiya has hyped them up as the new children of prophecy of some sort or whatnot. Even if the prophecy is that, who even is the child of prophecy? As far as I remember, the prophecy is stated for only one child, not for two. Yes, that is what I'm wondering. I mean, Jiraiya might have thought that it could be either Menma or Mito. In that way, both of them will be highly regarded since they are the Jinchurikis of the Kyuubi no Yoko, and somewhat prodigies, while on the other side, Naruto has been ignored and have been taught that he will be taught later on, and now since he has reached at the age of 6, he has been given a time limit by his siblings that they will kick him out if he doesn't prove himself worthy of the clan. That is not right in any way. You think we should, help him? At least let us go and talk. As now we see, both of them went towards the boys. As the boys had already scattered, then Naruto was the only one seated there with a frown on his face. "Oh, Hiruzen-sama, Danzo-sama, it is nice to meet you. Ah, so you do know about us. Well, I have read about the legends of the past, and the living legends as well. So yes, I have somewhat information since that is the only thing I can learn these days. Clever brat, said Danzo. Uh, thanks, said Naruto. As now we see Hiruzen said, I might have eardrops on your conversation, Naruto. I wanted to ask, how are you aiming to, well, satisfy the demand they have placed in front of you, that prove yourself one? Well, it is simple. I'd rather be kicked out than bother with something like that. What? What do you mean by that? You will be kicked out of your family. Basically, they can kick you out of the village if that is proven that you have been kicked out of family. That is the set rules in the village, because Konoha itself, it's a big family. Well, that family has been ignoring me for far too long, like I'm a black sheep of some sort, so why bother? Then what are you going to do, Naruto? I don't know. Maybe pick up a few skills here and there, and then we'll see where I go. I mean, I have been able to read through a lot of scrolls and almost all of the library of my father, as this shocked them. You can be serious. Of course I am. As whatever they question asked about medical or any other shinobi field or just general question, Naruto was able to correctly answer that, as they were baffled. How about this, Naruto? Why don't you take civilian classes if you don't wish to be a shinobi? You know what? I never thought of that. But Tochan and Ikacha won't enroll me in that school, so why bother asking them? They will, just say stop bothering us and leave us alone or something like that. How about I enroll you? Alright. As now we see, Naruto, thanks to Hiruzen, was enrolled into the shinobi school, and so the years begin to pass by until the age of 13 arrived, as Naruto has been going to a civilian academy and has aced the academy as a whole. And after acing the academy, he, being backed up by Hiruzen and Danzo, and given a few payment by them, moved to the land of fire. That was his plan. As now we see that back in Naruto's home, where he was packing his stuff, there was a knock on the door, as it was his siblings with a smirk on their faces. So, Naruto, have you learned anything yet? Have you learned anything to prove yourself that you are worthy of our clan? Well, you know what? No. As Naruto turned and went back inside, opening the door, both of them rushed inside with a confused look on their... Wait, what do you mean by that? As I said, no, I haven't learned anything regarding shinobi life or, jutsus or whatever you call that. It's taijutsu and ninjutsu? Yeah, whatever. So what do you mean you haven't learned anything? We gave you enough time. You could have been able to learn a lot of things. You sure you didn't learn anything? Said Menma, as he was quite confused and shocked. Why are you acting so shocked? You were the ones who couldn't care less about me. You should be glad I'm leaving. Wait, what? Said both of them in unison. You're leaving? Said Mito. No, you can't leave. Wait, what? I'm confused here. What do you mean I can't leave? Of course I can. Since basically you two both are going to kick me out of the clan today, are you not? Are you gonna go back on your word? Said Naruto. Of course not. We're not gonna go back on the word. But why? Said Menma as he fumbled with his words and looked to the other direction, indicating to the eyes of a seasoned shinobi that he might be lying what he was saying about. As now we see Naruto then frown. Then you don't need to worry about anything. I'm done packing and I'm moving to the land of fire. Wait, why are you moving there? Because I have gotten a job there. I graduated from a civilian school and I'm headed there. To begin my life as an apprentice. I have to earn myself a keep to survive, right? Since I'm no longer a part of clan. From today onwards, I'm Naruto. Just Naruto. Said Naruto with a smile on his face. As after packing his stuff, as his siblings was still in shock, Naruto moved past by them. As while going downstairs, he then said, "Make sure you lock this room up, or I don't care. Use it however you deem fit." As that is when both of them dashed downstairs. As Naruto then witnessed that his parents were standing there as well. So you ready to take the test, Naruto? And prove to your siblings what you're worth? Said Minato with a smile on his face. As Kushina was there as well with a smile. As Naruto looked at them with a confused expression and said, "No, I gave up. So they pretty much kicked me out. And I'm leaving, you don't need to worry about anything." As they were shocked as well as Naruto slammed the door shut and left. Wait, what? As Man Mito came downstairs. You have to stop him. He's really leaving. As now we see that the four of them dashed outside and surrounded Naruto. Wait, what is going on here? What do you guys want? Stop right there, Naruto. Come back home with us. We need to talk to you. Okay. You could have been less aggressive, you know. As after arriving inside, Naruto was sat down. And that is when there was huge amount of silence. Alright, I am here. I have an apprenticeship, so yeah. It would be great. I have to make it there in 2 days or not. As Kushina then said, are you really just leaving? You really don't care about us? Wait, where is this even coming from? Of course I do. It's just that you don't even care to bother for me, so yeah, I gave up. I mean, of course, obviously it hurts, but I'd rather not cry about it and go on to take revenge against you for something like that. I mean, what the hell is wrong with you all for thinking like that? I'm just, as Shikamaru say, it is just too troublesome, said Naruto as he yawned. As they all sighed. As Menma then said, Naruto, it was a plan of Jiraiya-sama. We didn't want it to act like this, but we had no other way. Jiraiya-sama was worried that you being the child of prophecy might get cocky, and not only that, we were also afraid that you didn't have any chakra. I mean, chakra of a civilian, but you were not interested in being a shinobi. So that is why we had to act like this. Wait, what? I'm confused now. As that is when we see, with a puff of smoke, Jiraiya arrived and now was bowing in front of Naruto. I'm sorry, kid. It's all my fault. Hey, how about I make it up to you by giving you the new unreleased Uchiha Tactics book? That is the worst kind of garbage that I have ever read. As Jiraiya was pale as white as he was on the ground, as his soul was about to leave, as Menma and Mito dashed towards their younger brother, literally crushing him in a bone-crushing hug. We don't want you to leave, Naruto. Please don't leave, said both of the siblings as they had tears in their eyes. As Naruto was quite shocked about this, as he saw that his father was also shedding tears and so was his mother. Wait, what the hell? Why are you two crying? Because we apologize, son. We thought that this might work and motivate you to prove to us that you really are strong. But I guess you thought that we really didn't care about you, when in reality we did. We also find it hard that what we did. Well, I'm glad. Not like you ignored me or something. You just brushed me off, which indicated that you guys really knew that I existed. And of course we knew you existed, Naruto, said Kushina, wiping her tears as she sat down. It's just that it was hard for us to act like this. But Jiraiya told us that it would toughen you up. Oh, well, I guess it kind of did backfire, didn't it? Ah, yes, it did, kid. Yes, it did. And once again, I apologize for myself. I mean, I did not knew that this plan would fail. Where did you even get that? From a book called The Age of Shinobi. That is the most worst book I have ever read. I mean, the plot was all over the place. So that is why I guess you took inspiration from that. I mean, you yourself write a lot of garbage. Naruto, stop insulting the sensei. I mean, look, he's already pasty white as it is. As this was going on, we see that Hiruzen and Danzo were on their way when they heard all of this confrontation and began to eavesdrop on the situation. As after realizing they couldn't hold themselves in from laughter. Poor boy. He was being tricked by Jiraiya in a form of a prank into working himself hard enough so that he would be at least able to become strong enough and unlock his chakra. As this is what Jiraiya deduced. As now we see Jiraiya finally confessing to his plan to Naruto, as Naruto looked at him with narrowed eyes. So let me get this straight. Your plan was to make my parents, the siblings, act as a jerk in front of me while glorifying them while they didn't want it to make me jealous of them and make me think that they hated me, and to prove to them that I am not just a simple kid. I am much more than that. I had to work hard enough to unlock this chakra as you say it is, and then become a shinobi, and then the child of prophecy? Yeah. I know I got this plan by reading the trash book that you stated, but still, it looked good on a paper. Of course, everything looks good on a paper once you write it down. I can't believe this. And you guys went along with this, as they had a blush on their faces. We are sorry about that, Naruto. We really thought that this might work. I mean, there are our enemies targeting us and all that, and we were afraid that they might target you, making you the easiest of the pick. I can't believe this. So what am I gonna do with all this? I've learned all of this and I've been planning to move out. What about that now? No, you can't leave us. We won't allow you to, said Man Mito. Hey, I have to go there. I mean, I am now being chosen as the apprentice in the Land of Fire. What are you even apprentice of? Oh, just so you know, the governor of the Land of Fire, who is under the daimyo, who watches over most of the eternal affairs and financial affairs. I am apprenticed by him. As their jaws dropped low to the ground. Wait, what? Yes. And in the future, he might be giving his position to me. As Naruto showed his records that he aced. But how is this even possible? I knew you were going into my library to read, and just to give you the boost that you needed, I willingly left it open. Huh. So that is why it was always open. And here I thought that you might have been getting way too much cocky and forgetting about it. No, of course not. There are a lot of scrolls that I love that are placed here. And I knew that you were going in there, son. That is why I left it open, willingly. And that is why there was always a bowl of hot ramen there as well. As Kushina looked down with a blush on her face, of course there was. I mean, I wouldn't allow my child to be hungry all the time, of course. I knew you two were onto something, but I never would have thought that this was all your plan. I mean, it was Sensei's plan, but we went along with it, thinking that you might be able to, finally get out of this. We were afraid once we found out that you are the one child of prophecy. Manma and Mito trained so hard and agreed to this because they wanted to protect you and take the attention of their enemies away from you to them. As Naruto's heart swelled with emotions because his siblings and parents were in reality trying to act like jerks to make him motivated to work hard. Which he did, but all for the wrong reason. I can't believe this. Sensei of all people intervened and thought that we were doing this? I mean, we should have told him. I told you, Jiraiya Sensei, we should have told him and let him in on this. Yeah, I guess you're right. We'll have a talk with him later. But Naruto, are you sure you wish to go? Of course I wish to go. But how long will it take for you to return? Who knows? Maybe I'll move there. And once in a while I'll visit. No. We just only reconciled. Can we... You know what? Fine. You can come with me. And then we'll see where this go. As now we see, Naruto's siblings smiled at that. But that is when Menma ground and remembered, smacking his head with his own hand. Oh, we can't leave. What? What do you mean by that, Nissan? Think, Mita, we just became Genins. We can't leave. Oh, yeah, you're right. We can't. Isn't there a way you can stay here? Unfortunately, I can't. I mean, I have chosen my path as well, right? Hey, not like I'm gonna go away completely, and now I know why you guys did what you did, and now I'm looking back to returning home after becoming successful. So I'm giving you two a challenge. Once I return, I want you two to become Jonins as well. As Menma and Mita smiled, with determination in their eyes. You bet your ass on it, Naruto. And you better write some letters to us, and even call occasionally. Yeah, I'll try my best. As Kushina was now hugging her little baby boy, because she has been holding that in for quite a while now. As she glared at Jiraiya, as Jiraiya flinched and decided it was best to leave, as Minato also sighed, but smiled at the same time. Now his family was whole together. As now we see, time began to pass by and Naruto departed. It was quite a sad and uneventful and tearful goodbye. As Naruto's friends were quite surprised as well, and so was his Gigi, as he began to call both Danzo and Hiruzen. You know what, Danzo? What? I'm glad that Naruto is sent there. Yes, so am I. In this way, we will be able to make sure that we have a person from within the village who is amongst the ranks of the daimyo. And he will make sure that daimyo isn't planning to cut our budget anytime soon. Always with the plotting. Can't you see for the first time what is happening in front of you is good? And can you be honest with yourself and say that you're proud of the damn kid? Yes, I think I know what I said, and I am proud of him because of what he has achieved. As now we have a time skip. Time skip of 3 years later. Within 3 years, a lot of things have changed in the Elemental Nation. Naruto not only rose to the rank of the finance minister of the Land of Fire, but also was quite popular in the Land of Fire itself because he has been able to elevate not only the, well, people in the Land of Fire, but make sure that the poverty line was all time low and there was opportunities for everyone. For shinobis, mercenaries, all the way down to the civilians. Everyone could make it big here. As the Land of Fire became the land of dreams and opportunities under Naruto's regime. And not only that, they were also quite beneficial. So much so that the other daimyos quite became envious of the Land of Fire daimyo. So they came to Naruto to offer him big, but Naruto denied, and in return helped them out, which they were quite shocked that Naruto would do so. And so Naruto in this way was able to meet with the other Kages, and not only that, was able to work with them alongside working with his own village back home. As now we see, it was a Kage summit happening, and the daimyo has sent Naruto as his representative this time around there as well. And all of them did, because Naruto was now managing not only the finances of Land of Fire, but the other daimyos were also giving Naruto their finances. Naruto was able to stop them from debating what to do with the others as they were waging war over him being the finance minister of their land, but Naruto came to a conclusion that he needed to learn a little bit of shinobi technique that allowed him to manage that all. That technique being the shadow clone technique. As now we see, Naruto was in presence of his father, whose entourage was his own family. Why? Because they wanted to meet Naruto, while the other Kages were also present there. And surprisingly enough, one Kuretsuchi, the granddaughter of Oniki, and Akatsuki, who was also present there, were looking at Naruto with love-filled eyes like he was some sort of piece of meat as he ground and cleared his throat. Greetings, Okage-sama, and the other Kages, respectfully. As Naruto said, beginning this as he addressed his father. As after that, Naruto then began to show the offer from the daimyos about their budgets and the cuts they were making, as well as the rises in different departments. As Oniki then said, why are we getting a shinobi budget cut? There might be a chance that the other villages might attack us. What happens then? You're only focusing solely on building an army, and for what? That is a mindset of a man who is wishing for a war. You're not focusing on the other aspects. The daimyo is pissed because he wants you to focus on the other living situations as well. The civilians for once are ignored. The orphanages at the village are not at all facilitating the orphans or the teachers there. And there is less to no cultivation of your, well, fields there as well. We need to make that right, and for that we are making this decision. As one by one Naruto was talking to all of them, and Minato and the others were impressed because their son was for once making a lot of sense and was holding on to his position like he was the power figure here. And obviously he was. All the daimyos trusted him. Naruto, the finance minister of all the elemental nation, as the people dubbed him to be, because he was controlling the finances of 5 biggest villages and nations in the whole elemental nations. And as for the others, Naruto was able to establish peace treaties and also allow trading routes to be opened, which were quite beneficial for everyone and quite short and safe and secure as well for civilians and shinobis alike. So much so that the people were now somewhat relaxed, and they were less declined in bandits and mercenaries day in and day out because they were joining in different villages so that they could make a steady income for themselves and settle down for once. Meaning the crime was at all-time low as well. So there was low chances of war. As now we see, after the meeting came to an end, before even his family could come there, she did, as Naruto sighed. What is it, Kuretsuchi-chan? So have you thought about it, what I said the last time we met? Said Menma and Mito were also listening into this with raised eyebrow. As Naruto gulped and said, yes, I have. So what's your answer? My answer is, I think we should... What, you don't like me? Said Kuretsuchi as she grabbed him by the neck. So what was all that? All those tricks that you played on me? Shouldn't have trusted you. You were the yellow flesh son after all. Wait, calm down. I was hoping that we can start off as, with dating, not just go to marrying. We have been dating for the past 2 years. Stop lying. What? But I thought we were best friends. What? You thought we were friends? But I dropped the hints. I made you. I was sure that you were aware what was going on here. Kuretsuchi was baffled, just how dense he could be, as there were suddenly two hands placed on her shoulder, as her eyebrow rose but were narrowed. He is dense. He even thought that we were, well, being serious when we were telling him that we're going to kick him out. And I, for one, saw that Mito almost gave it away because she was close to bursting into tears when she saw his hurt expression. He is just tense and doesn't grab that very, very well. We're sorry about that. It's because of us," said Menma, looking down and apologizing to Kuretsuchi, as Mito then said, "So this is my sister-in-law, huh? It's good to meet you, Nisan. Hey, aren't you two moving too fast? I mean, we just agreed to dating. Enough. Let my sister-in-law and me have a talk, Naruto. How about we go and meet our Kazan?" "Yes, I would be honored." As now we see, both of them left. Naruto was shocked and looked towards his brother. "What the hell just happened? I think you got yourself quite a feisty one, Naruto. She has locked you down. And may your poor soul rest in peace now, because there's no way in hell you'll be able to escape this one without being tied down for good." As Naruto gulped. As now we see, Oniki and Akatsuki then said, "And kid, even though we hate your father to the core, I'm gonna make sure I'll make your living life hell, literal hell, if you try to break her heart." "Yes, sir. I'll make sure that doesn't happen." "Good. Welcome to the family, kid," said Akatsuki, as Oniki also grumbled and smiled at that. "I better have a lot of great grandkids. A lot of them." "Yes, sir," said Naruto with a blush on his face. As now we see, the elemental nations changed for the better. One nation in particular Naruto couldn't crack was, well, still there. As now we see Naruto in his office as his father arrived there, alongside his siblings, and Kajan, and Kuretsuchi. "Hey guys, Kuretsuchi-chan. What, you're not happy to see me?" No, I'm completely fine. It's just that I was thinking for a moment about something else and was quite busy." "Huh, what were you thinking about?" Amegakure. "Amegakure? What about it?" "I mean, it's an odd village. I have tried to send out a lot of, well, opportunities for treaties and whatnot, and so far they haven't even replied back. Meaning that they have declined." That is quite odd. I mean, even the Snow Country and the others have accepted it, right? Of course. When the five powers were able to unite, why wouldn't they? It was a peaceful era, and quite a profitable one for them as well. Well, true, that is correct. I still wonder why Amegakure would remain behind. Sensei has been there and haven't reported back as well. Jiraiya has been there. Why? He said regarding something Akatsuki being there. Akatsuki. They're a bunch of mercenaries we have been hiring for for Eva as well. They're made out of rogue shinobis. A lot of them. I have heard that once Orochimaru was a part of it as well. This is not good. I have to contact Sensei and bring him back. Yeah, we have contracted them, but Naruto, they were nothing more than mercenaries. What is it that has gotten you so worked up? Akatsuki is planning something big. Sensei Spy Network has been able to find out that they're aiming for the Bijus and Jinchurikis. What? This cannot be good. We have to do something about that. Of course I know this isn't good, Naruto. I have to contact Sensei. But before he could, that is when we see none other than Fukusaka arrived. Minato boy, Jiraiya boy has been killed in battle in Amegakure against the Akatsuki. As Minato and Naruto and everyone's eyes widened. What? What do you mean by that, Pa? It is as I said. Jiraiya boy died and has found out their true plan. He has given me these sets of coordinates as the instructions. He told me that you would know. As after bringing out his books, Jiraiya Minato was able to figure out Jiraiya's message. Naruto needs to be prepared. They're coming. For all of them. For all of us. As Minato looked towards his son, I'm sorry, Naruto, but it seems that you have to train. I knew this day would come. As he made shadow clones to handle the work. So when we're beginning, you have to come to the sage, learn the sage techniques. But Naruto hasn't even learned the basic ninjutsu and taijutsu arts. How can he learn the sage technique and sage mode? He has to. And so too will you two and you as well, Minato. Yes, I will. As now we see the four of the parent and siblings began their training. And after a few months passed, they were able to successfully master that. Naruto has put in his mind into it, so much so that he has been able to master not only ninjutsu, taijutsu, as well as sage arts within a month because of his prodigal skills and his mindset, because he has put in his whole mindset into it of becoming a better person for the sake of Jiraiya and his sacrifice. As now we see Naruto's eyes were orange, as he had an orange hue around his eyes as well. As for Minato, he had blue, Mito had red, and Menma, he had silver. You all have become one with nature. Just make sure you're continuously making the chakra flow through your chakra coils and body and exiting into your body as well. As Naruto blades passed by them and destroyed a tree with a single punch. Kid, stop destroying everything. Yes, sorry about that. Alright, time to go to Omegakure. And so they did. As soon as they arrived, we see that all hell broke loose. The four of the sages against the Akatsuki. It was already an one-sided match. Naruto and Minato were able to make a quick way through the Akatsuki members, while Menma and Mito were dealing with Pain and his 7 paths. As now we see, Naruto made sure that he was brutal and killed each and everyone. Minato was also enraged and he made sure that no one survived. As now we see, in the end, both father and son made 2 huge Odama Rasengan and slammed them together, causing half of the village to almost explode. As Konan and Nagato, who were still alive and hidden, were quite shocked. The power they possess is quite destructive. We have to bring them down, Nagato. I am going. Yes, make sure you do. As Konan arrived, Minato then said, I'll deal with her. You go and deal with the others. As Naruto jumped down, saving his siblings from a brutal beatdown by the paths of pain, as he took down the healing path and one by one the others. After evening out the field, Naruto, using this chakra mode, sensed where they were, where Nagato was. After arriving there, Naruto found out he was an Uzumaki. Why? You're an Uzumaki, right? Why would you do this, brother? Don't call me that. Even if we Uzumakis consider each other our sibling, you're no person of mine that I consider a brother or a friend, Naruto Uzumaki. You have caused enough death and pain for my people and myself. Do you think it all happened because of me? What happened? Nothing happened. Nothing but fate. Cruel fate. Nothing can change that. I'm going to bring you down, and that is the end of it. So come at me with everything you got. As now we see, Naruto then sighed, so be it. As Naruto and Nagato clashed, Nagato used the whole potential of the Rinnegan, but in the end, Naruto was able to prevail. As Nagato witnessed them, Naruto had tears in his eyes. You don't even know me. Why? I always have been taught Uzumakis never leave anyone of their own behind. I'm just sad that you were left behind by us, and you turned to the dark side. I wonder if something like that would have happened to me, if my parents would have confessed their true feelings about me when I was about to leave. Thank you. I have a favor to ask. After you bury my body or burn it, can you take care of my eyes? They were the only gift that I have from my parents. Of course I would. As Naruto did something that Nagato was shocked. After Nagato gave him his eyes, Naruto took out his own and placed it into Nagato's, while Nagato's eyes were now in Naruto's. After using a bit of healing sage arts, Nagato's eyes were healed completely, as Naruto was done healing his. Replacing his blue hues was Rinnegan now. As for Nagato, his eyes were blue. As Nagato's eyes widened, you you gave me your eyes. As I took yours, I will always remember you, and you will always remember me. With this, we are brothers, brother. As Nagato smiled, as he finally felt warmth in his heart that has grown cold, as he closed his eyes with a smile on his face. It doesn't sound so bad, after all, I guess. As now we see, on the other side, Conan stopped fighting as soon as she realized that Nagato was killed. Why are you not fighting? There is no point left. As she disappeared, arriving next to Naruto, as she saw that Naruto's eyes had Nagato's, as Nagato was buried there. He gave you his eyes. Yes. What are you gonna do? Look, I have already have made peaceful establishment between the other nations. I don't know why you were hell-bent on destroying that. Because of pain and suffering, we all were created. But you ended us by showing us gratitude and love, Naruto. As a paper bouquet was given to him, thank you. As after that, Conan disappeared with Nagato's body, and Yahiko's as well, leaving the other paths to return in the form of tree. As this all happened, we see that a few were captured, especially a masked person with chakra suppressor and Zetsu. After being placed in Konoha, they were interrogated by all the shinobi forces and Kages. And after the information was revealed to them, they were shocked. We can't believe this. So the rabbit goddess is sealed up in the moon, and she has sent her will that has caused so much destruction and chaos. It seems so. What are we gonna do with this when she arrives? We have to make a seal, said Naruto. A seal so strong that will act like a barrier, so that no one of our kind will act or come near us anymore. But how? I guess we have to try and see for ourselves. Fast forward 5 years later, Naruto and the best minds in Fuinjutsu arts were able to learn and master and create a seal that allowed them to use seal enough to cover the whole world with a protective barrier, so much so that not even the Otsuzukis themselves could penetrate it. As Kage and the others seethed at that, because they couldn't get near Earth or its chakra that was raw and potent. But now they knew that Earth has figured out about them and was prepared. But Naruto and the others didn't stop there. They and the Kages made sure that everything was set up, always one step ahead, for them to make it certain that they were the ones victor. As Naruto made his Rinnegan abilities useful to the extent, and even got the sun and the moon seal from the sage, giving him the power of the sun and the moon. As now we see, today was another day, October 10th, 25 years later, the Kyuubi attack. As we stand in Konohagakure, where we see Naruto was wearing a black traditional robes of a groom as he was standing there, as on the other side Kuretsuchi was walking down the aisle, coming towards him, as Akatsuki was bringing her there. As today was the wedding ceremony of Naruto Uzumaki, the finance minister of elemental nations, and the son of the Yellow Flash. And not only that, the next era sage, as the people called him, and a genius, a universal genius. As Naruto and Kuretsuchi smiled at one another, as Naruto remembered that how his life was about to change for the worse, but it all changed for the best, all thanks to his family revealing the plan and the stupid mastermind behind that plan. He was glad that his family was an emotional one, always placing their emotions on the face, and that is why he was glad he was born in it, and so was the others. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this short movie off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is it for the day, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.